What is up, everybody? Joel here, Black.Death.Thrash.Doom. It's been a while. I always say that. It's always been a while. I'm always working on my gaming channel. Now I'm starting a retro toy channel as well. You guys can check that shit out as well. It's very obvious the toys and games are like a big thing of mine, but CDs, metal, huge thing. I've been watching a lot of metal channels lately, whereas I didn't really watch metal channels before because I just didn't really know who to watch. But I stumbled across a couple channels, a few channels actually, that I really enjoy. A couple of them are The Dark Path and Explosive Action. Like, literally two of my favorite channels now. I freaking love watching those guys. And so there's another music channel that doesn't even deal with metal necessarily, but Channel 33 RPM. Great channel as well if you're like an audiophile. I'm not really. His content's just very enjoyable. But I thought, man, it'd be really cool to get back into doing the metal videos, but I want to do something different, something that nobody else is doing, or I don't know, maybe somebody else is doing this. I actually didn't look. I don't want to be influenced by what others are doing, so I didn't actually look to see if this is a thing or not. But we're going through my old metal magazines, starting with Metal Maniacs. I've got about 30 issues of Metal Maniacs, and I've also got a few issues of Illiterature. I've got several issues of Pit, and I've got some Terrorizers, and maybe a couple other randos as well, but it's really cool going through these old magazines. From '98, I mean, the ads are amazing, the interviews are amazing, the content is great. It's everything from Anthrax to Emperor to, I mean, there's Niflheim right there, and, you know, Death is on the cover with Marduk, so I mean, it's fucking awesome shit. Get Relapse stuff. They're gonna be awesome episodes, I think. I'm gonna really enjoy doing this, for sure. I enjoyed just filming this one, actually, so, I'm going to enjoy it. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Leave a comment down below. That would be amazing. If you do want to see something in these issues more in depth, like an interview, leave a comment down below. We can do a separate episode for that as well. But yeah, we're going to get straight into this. November 1998, Metal Maniacs. Prepare for metal. Alright, let's start things off. What's playing in the background? We've got some Forest of Fog. The Abgrund album. Abgrunde? I have no idea how to pronounce that. Forest of Fog. Switzerland, one-man band. This is actually a dude from Helvetii. I believe that's how you pronounce it, but I have no idea. Everything is in a language I do not understand, so I'm not going to attempt to pronounce any of this, but Forest of Fog, amazing, catchy, one-man, black metal. One of the most catchy songs in the entire universe is actually a second song, Nebelnacht. And, yeah, that'll be coming up here, but let's get straight into the magazine. We've got Metal Maniacs. Let's see if it'll focus here. We've got Metal Maniacs, November 1998. This is my first metal magazine ever. Let's just take a look at the cover here. We've got Death and Glory. Obviously, we've got the godfather of death metal, at least who I consider the godfather of death metal. Good old Chuck, rest in peace, and yeah, the main thing's about death, but we've also got Marduk, or Marduk as some people call it. I fucking hate that pronunciation, even if it's appropriate. Got some Crowbar action here, got some Covenant action here, and the Brash Report, I remember what it was called, that. Pissing Razors, Children of Bodom, and Goat Snake. Who remembers Goat Snake, seriously? Plus, we got Monster Magnet, Anthrax, during their questionably almost hardcore days, Soulfly, and some Buzz Oven. And on the back, as you will see often through this series, Relapse records on the back. We've got Niall's first album, Amongst the Catacombs of Nephron-Ka, Incantation's Diabolical Conquest. My god, two classics, two absolute classics. Dillinger Escape Plan, Under the Running Board, Benumb, Nasm, Gore Beyond Necropsy. Who remembers that? Noise a Go-Go. Soylent Green of Agoraphobic Nosebleed. Exhumed. Nagelfar, but not the German Nagelfar. And we've got War Dance, various artists. I've always meant to actually pick up that compilation and forgot about it until just now. So let's take a look inside. We've got some awesome ads here from Earache Records down here. We've got Napalm Death's bootleg in Japan. I've never actually heard this before. Unpopular opinion, my favorite Morbid Angel is this album, Formulas Fatal to the Flesh. It's just weird and crazy, and it was my first one. Wait, was it? I might have heard Covenant first, but I don't know. I really identified with this album. when I was a teenager. I'm not really sure why, but it was just a huge freaking album for me. Entwined, not sure I ever heard that. I actually have this weird CD, Polkas Greed. Such a weird album. Remember the first time you played Rain and Blood, Kill 'Em All, or even Burn My Eyes? Well, there's a new record to add to the hallowed list. Greed from London's most ferocious Noise-Nicks Polkas. 9 out of 10, Metal Hammer. It's a pretty good album, actually. It's so outdated now. And then The Haunted. Everybody remembers The Haunted. It's like ex-members of At the Gates, I believe. Coming soon, Hellspawn compilation featuring remixes of Morbid Angel, Napalm Death, and others. Iron Monkey, Our Problem, fucking classic. Bolt Thrower, Who Dares Wins, fuck yeah. And the first article you get, which is crazy, is like literally the first page. The main thing on the cover. Get a nice death interview here, which is really cool. And this is during the Sound of Perseverance era, I believe, or maybe right before it. Get a nice Iced Earth ad there, and Jagpanzer, Nocturnal Rites, Nevermore. Like, I remember all of this shit. Iced Earth, Iced Earth, Iced Earth, Iced Earth. I always thought that, like, Dark Saga was cool because that's based on the Spawn comics. Pretty awesome, but let's get to it. We got Metal Maniacs. This fucking picture, so good. Odd Fellows indeed, from Crowbar. Yes, yes, yes. All kinds of cool stuff. Many different types of articles and, you know, mail and all kinds of stuff. Okay, and then we've got Borivaj Krigans Bits. I don't actually remember this person as much, but I think it was just a lot of things that were like just going on in metal. Metallica is set to re-release its long delayed 1987 EP Garage Days Re-Revisited with up to 8 new cover versions of the band's favorite songs due to be recorded this September and issued in November. Like, that's really cool. Okay, and then we got Machine Head replace Logan Mater, right, with newbie Aru Luster, who knows, but, you know, and then it's like, let's see, here's another one. We got Korn's upcoming third release, Follow the Leader, will be mixed by veteran studio wizard Brendan O'Brien, following the group's decision to sack producer Steve Thompson midway through the recording process. I mean, it's just a lot of cool, like, you know, news bits, kind of. We got a huge ad for Fear Factory Obsolete. Now, at this time, I was into Fear Factory, and I had Demanufacture on cassette, or maybe it was one of the first CDs I got. I feel like I had it on cassette. My aunt got it for me, and it was the same. She got me that and Vulgar Display of Power from Pantera. It was the same birthday gift, I think. Here we've got the Genitorturers. I don't really remember a ton about them. I'm not sure I've really heard them. But my goodness, what a provocative picture. Then we've got Sweden's Entombed, busy writing the material for its 5th album, the first since the departure of longtime drummer, founding member Nick Anderson, who left to concentrate on fronting the much-hyped The Helicopters, and the first to be produced by someone other than Thomas Skosberg. Like, this is just cool old news, some names that you would fucking never remember. Human Waste Project has been touring incessantly and is presently taking a number of major and larger independent labels about inking a new deal. Who the fuck is a Human Waste Project? I don't remember. Napalm Death recently went out of its way to slam its record label Earache for including an alternate version of one of its numbers, blah blah blah, on a compilation. We've got the Wicked compilation there, pretty cool. It's got The Haunted, Gardenian in Flames, Arch Enemy, December Wolves. I mean, this is another one that I kind of meant to get way back in the day. Out July 28th, 1998. Pretty cool. This was always a staple in these old magazines. You've got your Relapse Records International mail order distribution. These guys back in the day had free shipping. All prices include shipping and handling, U.S. only. Man, I used to go through their sales section and just buy so many pieces of music and just get it free shipped. And it would be like, you know, sometimes you find like $3 CDs or like $5 CDs. I mean, it's just, this is a glimpse back in time. We've got Marduk, Dark Endless, Fuck Me Jesus, Glorification, Heaven Shall Burn. What have we got over here? We've got, dude, fucking, you could have ordered Covenant in Times Before the Light, one of my favorite CDs that's kind of rare from back in the day, and some Cradle of Filth and Dark Angel. I mean, this is just such a look back in time. And you would always see the new arrivals. You got Old Man's Child. God damn. When Ill-Natured Spiritual Invasion was new. Good lord. Arch Enemy, when they still had their first vocalist, who was a male, by the way. Vader, Kingdom, Acheron, Those Who Have Risen. I always kind of meant to buy that. I do have an Acheron single, some Gorgoroth action, and some badass t-shirts. I wish I could get some of these t-shirts now, but no. What I would do for a Nile Nephron Ka t-shirt. Okay, moving on, we've got the continuation of the Death interview. If you guys want me to go through the interviews and actually go through them, I mean, I can, but, you know, it would take some people saying they want me to do that, but I would be willing. But yeah, the Death interview, always nice to see Chuck. Rest in peace, and goddamn, that guitar is beautiful. And then we've got the opposite of Death, just terrible metal in my opinion, fucking Propane. Ugh. The fact that there's an ad on a Death interview of Propane, give me a fucking break. But that shows, you know, how diverse Metal Maniacs was back in the day. Got some Buzz Oven action, The Art of Pain. I remember Buzz Oven, noisy. Don't remember much more. Noisy, kind of like thrashy, grindy, just weird ass shit. It's like a few different genres just stomped together. Hatebreed Satisfaction is the Death of Desire. This is the only Hatebreed album I like. I actually used to have this on vinyl. I wish I hadn't gotten rid of it. In fact, I had this on CD as well, and I was just like, I don't like Hatebreed, because I really didn't like Hatebreed after this, but that first fucking album's goddamn great. Fury of 5, who remembers that? In Cold Blood, Droplet, Blood for Blood, Earth Crisis. I actually do like Earth Crisis around this era. Pretty good stuff. But yeah, Victory Records, 1998 ad. A Monster Magnet interview. Again, if you want to see specific interviews, I guess let me know in the comments. And one of the best albums from 1998. I remember taking a trip to the coast of Oregon when I was a teenager to go visit some friends that I used to hang out with and pal around with back when I was a teenager in North Bend. And on the way in Eugene, I took Greyhound. That's how long ago it was. On the way in Eugene, I picked up Crowbar, Oddfellows Rest on CD, and it is, to this day, my favorite Crowbar album and just holds amazing memories. Look at this Blockbuster Music. Get it at Blockbuster Music. What the fuck? Propane again. Jesus Christ. Get away from me, Propane. Soulfly. A new band, a new album, a new tribe. This is like all new. Appearing at Ozfest 98. Yeah, this is when Soulfly was goddamn brand new. Continuation of the Monster Magnet interview, and then one of my favorite sections of Metal Maniacs was Aural Assaults, where they just do kind of quick reviews of really good albums, in my opinion. A lot of times they chose really good stuff, and it was written by a variety of people. I remember Jeff Wagner and Chris Maycock, and there's another Jeff Wagner one, Jerry Rutherford. I remember all these people, but they were just like fairly short reviews, but fairly in-depth. It was like in between. They're not like huge reviews, but they're also not like, you know, quick blasts like I used to call them back in the day. But Candlemasses, Dactylis Glomerata, Music for Nations. You've got Arch Enemy Stigmata when they still had their old dude vocalist. They've got various artists to call to arms on Dwell Records. This is another... I really missed out on a lot of these compilations. I wish I had that one too. I totally remember Dwell Records, and I feel like that would be hard to find. Kilgore? Who the fuck remembers Kilgore? Then we've got a ad for something nobody remembers. Glassseed and an organic industrial experience. What the fuck does that even mean? Okay, so we've got Converge, When Forever Comes Crashing. I kind of like Converge. I'm just not too familiar with them, but from what I've heard, they're pretty good. And then we've got the Nagelfar, not from Germany. The, Swedish? Diabolical. Pretty good stuff. I do like that Nagelfar, but the German Nagelfar with the E, is one of my favorite bands ever, so hard to compare. And then we've got new from Metal Blade, Cannibal Corpse, Gallery of Suicide. Jesus Christ. I remember when that came out. That was a long time ago. We got some Merciful Fate action. Enthroned towards the Skull Throne of Satan. My God, I feel old right now. Lord Belial, Enter the Moonlight Gate. What a fucking great ad. What a great album, actually. Those two next to each other. Enthroned towards the Skull Throne of Satan and Lord Belial, Enter the Moonlight Gate. Jesus Christ, such great albums. I've never owned that Lord Belial, and I've always wanted to. Vobiscum Satanis from Dark Funeral, probably my favorite, though I do like the album afterwards. Warrior, Conqueror, Labyrinth, In Ruins. Who remembers this shit? I mean, I do, because it's on these magazines, and I've gone through these, I don't know, maybe like a decade ago, but shit. Who's ever going to remember Al Atkins, Victim of Changes, on Pulse, Neat Metal? I don't even remember Pulse or Neat Metal. And here we've got a little review for Old Man's Child. Ill-Natured Spiritual Invasion on Century Black. Definitely one of my favorite symphonic black metal acts. I really do like them back in the day, and Ill-Natured Spiritual Invasion was a pretty damn good one. There you go, review. I can read these too if you guys want to. And in my opinion, one of the greatest death metal classics ever, and one of my biggest regrets ever is getting rid of my Gorguts Obscura album on CD. And here's the review that actually made me buy the album. It was a glowing review, and I've been a fan of Gorguts ever since. Actually, you know what? I listened to Gorguts before this because I had a Considered Dead tape, but Obscura really fucking changed the game. I mean, a lot of bands have some really dissonant and cantankerous shit, and a lot of that shit can be traced back to this album in particular. And then we've got an ad for a show in 1998, CBGB in New York City. Crisis, Buzz Oven, Brutal Truth, Crowbar, Soylent Green, Hellbound, Enemy Within, I Hate God, Today is the Day, Disassociate, Anal Cunt, Shrine, Cattle Press, The Last Day, Jesus fucking Christ, No Human Voice. This is 2 nights of crust, grind, and doom. Okay, and next page we've got more Aural Assaults. Various artists, definitely not the majors, from Bush League. I don't know. I don't remember this one at all. Halloween. I never really got into Halloween, but I'm not really into power metal. But, you know, I see its value. Slug Hog. Ungodly Amounts of Meat on Wonder Drug Records. I mean, that just sounds like something I want to listen to. And here's a nice ad. Buzz Oven, Anal Cunt, Picnic of Love, Gardy Lou, my God, Off the Records, fucking A. And then we've got the Brash Report, which are quick little interviews, if I remember correctly, and they ended up changing the name of this, and then I believe later on they ended up changing the name back. But you've got an interview with Children of Bodom when they like first started. I mean, really. And you've got Goat Snake. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really remember Goat Snake. I'm not sure I ever heard them or not. I mean, I remember the name and I remember seeing them mentioned here, but I don't remember listening to them. I've certainly never owned anything from them. Pissing Razors. My God, from Texas, I believe. Pissing Razors was actually pretty good shit. If you like that thrashy, catchy, almost like post-new metal shit, like Skin Lab kind of thing, Pissing Razors was great. Some pretty good breakdowns and shit. And then there's playlists, which are just readers of Metal Maniacs, and some of the people that write for Metal Maniacs, and like their editor and all that shit. They're like top things that they're listening to right now. I mean, and the variety here is crazy. In the Nursery, Soulfly, John Zorn, fucking Therian, Anathema. I mean, this is just all over the place. Dan Swano, Moon Tower, that's a fucking great album, actually. Death, Sound of Perseverance. So yeah, I guess Death was out, or that album was out. Niflheim, Devil's Force. I actually have a what do they call the promotional copy? I have a promotional copy of Niflheim, Devil's Force, Vader, Black to the Blind, Arcanum Campin', Judas Iscariot, Thy Dying Light, and Merciful Fate, Dead Again. This guy had great taste. Marty Raitoknen, Conan, I can't pronounce that. Some Monster Magnet, Cradle of Filth. Cruelty and the Beast was the current album back then. Arch Enemy, Stigmata, Incantation, Diabolical Conquest, fuck yeah. Yeah, Crowbar, Unruh, who remembers Unruh? Scissor Fight, fucking love Scissor Fight. If you remember Scissor Fight, throw a fucking comment down below. Nile. Secret Chiefs 3, I remember my buddy was really into that. Another Arcanum, actually. Carcass Necroticism. It's just a bunch of fucking badass shit. Fear Factory Obsolete. Sepultura Against, their first album without Max. I've got another Aural Assault for Sabotage. Never really heard them. Sabotage. Sculptured, though, I actually have the CD of this. Spear of the Lily is Orield. The End Records, these are members from Agalok, and it's a weird progressive death metal. Not too unlike Opeth. And then the huge Century Media mail order. I remember going through these too, and their shipping was real reasonable back then. It might have been free shipping. No, it wasn't. It was not. Not free shipping, but it was reasonable. And I would order a lot of stuff from Century Media. Not as much as Relapse Records, but there you go. There's a little bit of what they had available. Mythotin. Jeez, Midwinter. God, I would die to order that Midwinter. Jesus. I mean, there's just so much. Look at all those creators. I wish I could just order those for $12 a piece. My God. Hell yeah. So, Samuel's Exodus, one that I need to listen to more. It's like I'm familiar with shit before this, and I'm familiar with shit after this, but I'm not actually familiar with Exodus. And if I remember correctly, people did like that. Strapping Young Lad, No Sleep Till Bedtime, live in Australia. Yeah, good shit right there. I remember the first time I heard Strapping Young Lad, it was in a car that was built for, like, rap. And it was just booming bass and craziness. I was like, what the fuck is this? Prosthetic Records, man, I'd forgotten about them. Black Star Breach and Spite. And more Goatsnake. Goatsnake was, like, putting some shit out back then. We've got Voivod. I'm trying to get into Voivod right now. It's a weird thing where, like, I wasn't into some types of, like power thrash metal, and now I'm going back and listening to it. I'm trying to get into Voivod, but yeah, we'll see. Got a Cradle of Filth. Enter and win a BC Rich Warlock autographed by Cradle of Filth. That's pretty fucking cool. Got Vader Black to the Blind. I remember special ordering this from a CD shop. Much fun. Probably my second. Back in the day, I would say this is my second favorite Vader CD album. This is probably my third favorite. De Profundis is my favorite. Ultimate Incantation is probably my second. Black to Blind is probably my third. Then we've got the review of Acheron's Those Who Have Risen. I have a CD compilation from Necropolis, I can't say that, Necropolis Records that came with one of my Pit magazines. Actually, I have 3 of them, but the first one had a song from Those Who Are Risen. And I just listened to it the other day, and it's like weird death metal with keyboards, and it's very, very theatrical. But Acheron, he's a weird dude. I don't really know what else to say about that. We've got these, the like 12 CDs for 1 cent. Okay. Pantera Official Live 101. That's some great shit right there. Limp Bizkit. $3 bill, y'all. Soulfly. Got a nice interview with them when they first started. We've got Voivod ad when Phobos, I guess, just came out, or is this a re-release? No, this is when it came out, so yeah, again, if you want to see a specific interview more in depth, let me know in the comments. Soulfly interview, Vision of Disorder. This goes hand in hand right here. Vision of Disorder and Soulfly is like the same fucking audience. And then we've got the Starship Covenant. So this is Covenant before they changed their name to Covenant with a K, The Covenant with a K, which has been featured in things such as Can't Kill Yourself and such nonsense. Covenant back in the day, though, was just straight up symphonic black metal, and in fact, because it's in Reach, I will show you my original copy. There you go, Covenant in Times before the light. I got this at Amoeba Records in San Francisco and literally gasped when I saw it for whatever it was, $8.99, $10.99, whatever. And quickest purchase I've ever made. Original copy. Covenant was the shit during this time. I feel like this was their best, actually. They never actually topped this. Nexus Polaris is good, don't get me wrong, but after the Covenant became a thing, Covenant with a K, you know, all the industrial got added, and it was catchy, but it wasn't the same. Then we've got these ads. You remember these? It's like t-shirts for $16, you know, and fucking all these shirts. Marilyn Manson, Route 66, and Silly Rabbit. Trips are for kids with the rabbit getting mushrooms. There's just tons of these. You know, buy some Doc Martens from them, and some chained wallets. And leather, woo! They've got a whole leather section, so pretty neat to see that, but God, it was in every magazine. Zine and Not Heard deals with magazines of old. These are long dead one-man or maybe two-man creations, and they just give reviews on that. I'm not going to go into that too much, because these are, again, all long dead. Metal Crusade Report, Rump Shaker, Unrestrained. I do remember Unrestrained, actually, with Psy on the cover. Fuck yeah. Been listening to a lot of Psy. Sloth. Don't remember Sloth, actually. Shock to the System, which just reminds me of the Fear Factory song on Obsolete. Canadian Assault. I actually do remember that. I always wanted a copy of that. And, I mean, you had to order it from the people, and I just never did. But then you got Firing Squad, demo reviews. This is cool because you see demos and, like, some of these bands made it. Like, I'm not saying necessarily in this issue, but some of these bands actually got fairly far, and some of these are just long forgotten. We've got Obliteration here. I don't know them. From Texas. Got Crippled Heroes. I remember Crippled Bastards. Here's one I do know. Thornspawn from Texas. Fuck yeah, San Antonio, Texas, there we go. And we've got the very black metal photo, almost laughably, and you can tell these guys share the same state as Apsu. But yeah, Goose Flesh, what a fucking name. We've got Enter Self, I remember them, death metal band from, Tennessee. I believe they're death metal. If it's the band I'm thinking of. Pantheon. Don't know them. Voodoo Hippies. Okay. We've got Living Impaired. Does anybody remember any of this shit? Social Animosity. Firing Squad is what you want to write to if you're going to have your demos looked at. Look at Voodoo Hippies. They look hardcore. They look like they haven't showered in like a week. Goose Flesh. Not raising any goosebumps on these arms. What a nice thing to say about Goose Flesh. We've got Archie Bunker. There's a band named Archie Bunker. Okay. Liquid Sound Company. Sounds like the Liquid Tension Experiment. You can order back issues of Metal Maniacs, which is cool as fuck. I mean, that's crazy. These were sold out even back then. But, like, look at December 96 has Biohazard on the cover. That's sick as fuck. A Metallica Blast back in October 96. Pretty fucking sick. Huge savings. 4 issues for $10. God damn, I wish. I wish I can get that right now. We've got Anthrax during the... God, what era is this? Stomp 442, maybe? Definitely John Bush era, obviously. But I got an Anthrax interview. Important domestic videos. 6 Feet Under, Cannibal Corpse, Slayer, SOD, Paradise Lost. I mean, just all kinds of shit. You could order anything back then, and now this shit's probably so rare. Okay, moving on. We've got Maniacal Mail, where you can submit mail and bitch about Metal Maniacs, or bitch about a band, or bitch about the fact that I can't find band members in fucking buttfuck Tennessee or whatever. And yeah, mostly people bitching about shit, sometimes saying, hey, take a look at this band, or hey, you got this wrong, or whatever. We won't go through this again. If you really want me to, I can. It would be kind of fun, but you know, leave me a comment. This is nothing I'm expecting people are want to see. Backlash, original metal, influences ranging from Metallica to Dream Theater. No thank you. Okay, so hatred makes rage. Look at my demo, bro. Boys of Detroit. Religion of the Sick. Up Spook Hill. Whoa, I wonder why these guys didn't get fucking famous. Up Spook Hill. Damn, dude. That's scary. Got a few ads. Ballbuster, the original International Underground Hard Music Report. Ballbuster, Power Mad, the second annual Prague Power Metal Festival with Symphony X, Mystic Force, Delusion, Ice Age, Twilight Kingdom. But yeah, look, you can buy Crematorium CDs. But Lord Wind, I don't remember them. Full Moon Productions, though. Training for Utopia, don't remember. We got the continuation of the Covenant interview. And some End Records ads here. Nocturnal Mortem, Goat Horns, Sculptured Again. Yeah, Mental Home. I remember Mental Home, actually. I feel like I owned this CD, or maybe it was a different CD. It didn't impress me. That's why it's not in my collection, but Odes of Ecstasy. Who the hell remembers that? Fucking nobody. More Covenant. And we've got an ad for Century Media. Catatonia, Discouraged Ones. This is the era where I kind of fell off with Catatonia, but Old Man's Child, this is where I, started listening to them. Einherr, pretty good. Yeah, it was pretty good back then. Later on, it's just so cheesy. Samael, Exodus, again, I need to hear this more. Strapping Young Lad, Arch Enemy, back in the day. Got Crowbar interview. Crowbar back then, firing on all cylinders. We've got Sammy Pierre duet. Come on, man. So fucking good. I actually met him when he was playing in Goat Horror, but pretty cool. We've got various artists. Up the Dosage. This is another one I always wanted. Wonder Drug. But Wonder Drug compilation. Got Deeds of Flesh. Inbreeding the Anthropophagi from Repulse Records. This is some fucking great shit. Deeds of Flesh is probably one of the more hardcore death metal bands that I like that doesn't enter the slam death, ultra brutal pig squeal death shit. Deeds of Flesh, I am on board with. Super fucking good. Got the continuation of the Bit, and we've got another Gorguts Obscura. They're just rubbing it in my face. I fucking wish I had this again. And we've got a nice picture of Nicholas, oh god, why can't I remember his name right now? Nicholas Barker and Shane from Napalm Death. What an awesome picture. Really fucking cool. Remember eyebrow piercings? Yeah, and they're double fisting drinks. Fuck yeah, dude. So Shane Embury, Nick Barker, pretty fucking cool. I've got Niflheim. This is the one that I own that promotional copy for. Pretty cool. These guys play Black Thrash, and I believe these guys are still around. Arcanum. This is just the independent label report, which, I guess talks about independent label shit. So, Ancients Rebirth, this actually, I have the promotional copy of this as well, and I got it at the same time as this, along with, actually, I have an Arcanum one too, so maybe it was these three, but it was so weird that I got them all at once. I kind of knew this guy that was on the radio in the late 90s, early 2000s, and they'd talk about metal, and this was in Northern Oregon and Corvallis, but he gave me some CDs, and these are the three, I believe, so I don't know if he wrote to these guys and got them. I have no idea, but and then you've got shorts. This is where people are looking for band members or looking for correspondence. 24-year-old Ozzy into Testament, Overkill, Slayer, Morbid Angel, Obituary, and Fear Factory. Write to me, Jason Broderick. Wait, isn't Jason Broderick? What's the name from Godflesh? What's his name? Something Broderick. 19 male, want pen pals, favorite Slayer, Death, Old Metallica, Obituary, Eister. You get the point, but it's no homophobes or racists. they have to fucking include that, otherwise they get homophobes and racists. You had a 22-year-old hyper-blasting drummer, formerly of Angel Corpse, looking to join established serious band with a need to be great and insanely vicious. John. I'll have to look that up. That's fucking great. But yeah, pretty cool. And they put ads here for people's bands. Organic Brain Syndrome. Totally. My favorite band. Disarray. That actually sounds familiar. Candy Striper, Death Orgy. Fuck yeah, my other favorite band. But yeah, it's a bunch of like, correspond with me, bro. Deviant. Don't remember them. And then this was cool. They do like a little think tank, is like they just talk about something else or they deep dive into some subject. But this one was cool because they're talking about old movies from the Hammer releases, which I'm not a big like horror fan, but I understand that, you know, these guys re-released a lot of cool shit. And they have a whole thing on that. Rasputin and Quartermass in the Pit, Reptile, The Plague of the Zombies. Pretty fucking cool. Continuation of Buzz Oven. You can order more Metal Maniacs. Show No Mercy Tour. This was cool. This is a big deal. This is crazy. Story time. So, if you weren't around in the late 90s, or before then, really, there was a definite divide between black metal and death metal, and this Show No Mercy Tour kind of was one of the stepping stones for getting these two genres together with bands such as Marduk, God.Death.Thrash.Doom, Angel Corpse, and what else have we got here? Cannibal Corpse, Immortal. So I've got something to show you guys. 1 second. Okay, so this is the ad for my first show ever, and I do have the ticket for this somewhere, but not my first show ever, sorry. My first death metal show ever was Cannibal Corpse, God.Death.Thrash.Doom, Hate Eternal, Diabolic. This is right at this time period. Right after this time period, if I remember correctly, but God.Death.Thrash.Doom started touring with Cannibal Corpse after this. And this was important because he had Marduk playing with God.Death.Thrash.Doom, playing with Angel Corpse, playing with Immortal, playing with Alex Webster. And look at Abath back then, just epic as shit. I mean, this is young Corpse Grinder Fisher when he was fairly new to the band, and Alex Webster, which at this show, I met Alex Webster. He was sitting in the middle of the Satyricon. There's like a bar side on one side, and then there was the show side on the other, and he was just like sitting in the middle of the floor on a stool, and, you know, was like greeting people and stuff, and I got his autograph on the back of a Slayer shirt because I didn't have anything to write on, and neither did he, but I had a pen. So anyways, that was an important time for metal as far as getting the two genres together, which for me was very important because back then I was really getting into black metal and was already deeply entrenched into death metal. And after that, we've got ads for Vader's Black to the Blind. I mean, it was right around here where I ordered that from these magazines. Well, not directly from the magazines, but I would read about these and have my local music shop, Music Head would order these for me. So Black to the Blind was actually one of my first. It's probably within the first, like, 5 CDs I ever ordered. Maybe the first 10 CDs I ever ordered. Who the hell remembers Wendigo or Mortiscold? Actually, I do remember Mortiscold. And Master's pretty cool. Been a long time. Jungle Rot. Could have seen those guys recently, actually. English Dogs. Upright Citizens? Like Upright Citizens Brigade? Scum? Okay, I don't know any of this shit. Got the rest of the article about No Mercy, and they talk about how death metal and black metal kind of fractured back then, and we've got Best by Mail, t-shirt, your photo design, blah, 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 just a bunch of Party Line USA. I wonder if 1473408 Fun is still available. And then we've got a picture of Slayer. Slayer's Kerry King just being angry because he doesn't have enough tattoos in this era. He doesn't have any sunglasses to wear. We've got a Marduk interview, which is fucking badass. I really remember being like, I want to hear Marduk. And it took me a couple years, or maybe like a year after this, before I actually heard Marduk. I remember I got La Grande Danse Macabre on CD, which I guess was like a couple years, maybe a few years after this, but I had heard a couple tracks downloaded. Remember when songs took like an hour to download? But yeah, there you go, Marduk. Fucking interview. I fucking hate when it sounds like Marduk. I don't know how the correct pronunciation is. All these years later, Monster Magnet. We've got fucking Scissor Fight. Fuck yes, this is how I found out about Scissor Fight. This picture is fucking great. He's like, yeah, brother. Yeah, brother. So fucking cool. Scissor Fight, badass. Got collector's issues of what? What is this? The complete history of Metallica. 2-color Manson pull-out photos. It's a Marilyn Manson, like, fan magazine, I guess. Metallica fan magazine, a Kiss one. Yeah, this shit was cheesy as fuck. full color posters. My god. I wonder how many people ordered this shit. It doesn't even have the fucking good Metallica logo. Give me a fucking break. And then Ancient Rebirth, which I was just talking about. I have the promotional for that. Fucking Thor's Hammer. That's how old this is. Fucking talking about Thor's Hammer. Yes. So good. Amazing. Amazing Doom. Opera 9? Sacro Culto? Been a long time since I've even seen that. Who remembers Vlad? My god, it's been a long time since I thought about that. And then, all your contacts for record labels. Continuation of Crowbar interview. And, at the very end, we've got a Benediction Grindbastard giant fucking ad here with Covenant. Speaking of Covenant, Nexus Polaris, Therion, Primal Fear, yeah, Voyager, Epica, Children of Bodom, Something Wild, fucking awesome. Coming soon, Gorgoroth, Agathodamon, yeah, Dimmu Borgir, Sinister, fucking pretty badass, so there's the back. And, yeah, Metal Maniacs, November 1998. So there you have it. Fucking Metal Maniacs, November 1998. First one done. I'm going to be filming more of these, drinking a couple beers while I do it, and going through some old times with some old metal info. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe. That would be amazing. You guys fucking rock. Keep it metal.